welcome to CNN's News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and as you've no doubt seen over the past several weeks, Twitter has become a major form of worldwide communication, enabling, for example, Iranians to share their dramatic stories and images in the wake of their recent elections.
My Twitter board's about to explode here.
Of course, you can also have us. Twitter.com/newsoftheabsurd. Yes, for all the amazing newsworthy information being beamed across Twitter, there's still room for fart jokes. You're welcome. And now, there's even Twitter in church.
The church no longer operates at the speed of our culture.
That's right, God now streams over a 3G network. Religion, there's an app for that.
And people look to social networks to find community. And our point is that the church, although it often fails, the point of the church is to be the ultimate social network, just to be the place to find community.
So they're embracing new technology at this church in Flower Mound, Texas, with a 3-week sermon series called The Theology of Twitter. Thou shalt not exceed 140 characters. So they're tweeting and they're spreading the word. For instance, the world says love is a feeling.
The world is 24/7, and we've got to use whatever means as a church to be 24/7 for each other.
So he tells them to get out their phones and start texting.
Let them know that you care about them and you want to connect with them.
I have a text message. Now, while some people are finding new ways to connect using Twitter, it's possible that others are managing to connect a little too much. And that could lead to this.
I think that we probably let our guard down a little bit.
Jerry Hyman was checking in on his son's house while he was out of town, only to discover there had been a break-in.
Oh, I think they just jimmied it. That panel there, you can see where the doggy door is. They got in apparently through that.
Somewhat appropriately, the thieves managed to get away with thousands of dollars worth of computer equipment. Appropriately, because it's likely that the thieves knew Israel Hyman was out of town through Twitter.
We live pretty public lives. My wife and I do. We have a strong presence on Twitter and a pretty strong presence on the internet as a whole. That's how we make our living.
Israel runs a podcasting company called Izzy Video, and if you're going to manage an internet media company, sadly, you do have to be out there.
Every one of them that reads my tweets that I send out knows that I was heading out of town.
Finally, we end with the real reason why Twitter can sometimes be rather ridiculous and why we're probably all doomed. Because here, you're about to meet a cat who has over 500,000 followers. This is Socks the Cat, world famous on the internets.
At one point, the Twitter people put Sockington as one of their suggested feeds.
Wait, what did he just call him?
Sockington.
Oh, Sockington. Nice name. So the Twitter masses flocked to Sockington, hanging on his every word. Like, for instance, lick, 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 lick. Okay, clean. Wait, missed a spot. You know, oddly enough, Paul once tweeted the exact same thing.
I take my personal grooming rather seriously.
Of course, Sock's owner, Jason, is the one actually writing the tweets. I mean, if it was really the cat, that would be worth following. But it's Jason, and he's actually a little smug about all their success on Twitter, poo-pooing all the achievements of those lesser mortals.
They're really proud of their 50,000 followers and how it works, and then along comes a cat with 10 times as much. And they can mitigate it and say, oh, you know, those aren't real followers and da-da-da, but it really does make them look kind of silly, doesn't it?
Yes, silly.
The next popular one after him is Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. It's like, you know, okay, do you want 9 Inch Nails guy? Do you want the cat?
And I think I speak for most people when I ask, what's behind door number 3?
My Twitter board's about to explode here.
Well, that's all for this Twitter edition of News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and please, make us feel like we matter. Follow us. Seriously, we must beat that cat. And we should also try and get more followers than it. Oh, we're twittering.
Yeah. There you go.
Down, 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 down. Paul, stand up straight. Up. Okay, that's a little bit less headroom. Is that good? Okay, now pan that way to Paul only. Paul.